135, by the way, or 134. 134. Yeah, we established that 134. With me, I have Mr. Etep.
What's up, everybody? Hope you have having a lovely week. We've been gone for 2 weeks, so we're finally back again.
Back in the saddle again.
I can't even hear Pete, but
I can hear Pete.
You can? Okay.
Okay.
Also with me, I have Mr. The Real Ant-Man.
What is up, everybody? I was just making sure Pete was coming through on the live stream, and he is. So that's good to know.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I should just refresh. Maybe we'll keep going. Maybe I'll still hear him. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. There's a garbage truck on fire already. I can... Let me just see.
Oh, no!
And he's got... Oh, he's back? And?
Okay, there he goes.
Oh my god, I can hear Pete!
What is up, Shauna? Welcome.
Hey, Shauna, my neighbor. What's up, Shauna?
Oh my god.
Hey, Shauna, tell Rob I saw him ride his bike, but he didn't say hi to me.
The real question is, though, Pete, is can he ride his bike with no handlebars?
No, he was riding handlebars.
No, okay.
I get the reference, man.
He's not a flow bot. Okay.
I know. I get the reference. Yes, it's a really shitty song, by the way.
What? That is a great song.
Wait, what song is that?
It's from the Flowbot.
No handlebars. No handlebars.
Huh. Okay.
You don't remember that song?
Oh.
Yeah. By the way, yes. And guess what, Chris? I did see the 4-hour Snyder cut.
Good man. Good man. Good man.
I can say someone who did not see it, and that's the guy right over there. Oh no, wait, right over here. Oh, wait. There you go. There you go. That guy right there did not watch the 4-hour Snyder cut, and I don't think that guy will ever watch the 4-hour Snyder cut because you know what? He hates Zack Snyder.
I wouldn't say never, but definitely not for at least a few weeks. I need all the hype to die down because I know when I come back to not shit all over it, but in words that were used in a comment section.
Here's my question, man. We're going to talk about this later, but the funny thing about it, what hype do you have? You have this little expectations when it comes to Zack Snyder movies.
I do. But
yes,
I got a man sitting next to me here that says it's as good as Endgame.
Well, we'll talk about that later. I'll give my review later.
I mean,
I'll give my review later.
You've now just taken.
Devin just said it all. Boom, right there.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about Devin.
Let's save that for later, guys. You gotta stay and save it for later. We're not gonna give our reviews yet. I'm not gonna give my opinion about it yet because it can go either way. So I'm gonna save my review later. So you guys could tune in. You guys stick to the show and tune in what I think. Because guess what, guys? I'm a Marvel guy. I'm a big Marvel guy. And I did not care for the theatrical release of Justice League. I thought it was terrible. I certainly thought Batman v Superman was horrible. It was not a good movie. Now, I'll say horrible, but not a good movie. So it wasn't Justice League. Man of Steel's okay. So I'm kind of – but I do really like 300 and Dawn of Death from Zack Snyder. So I'm kind of on the fence, whereas and over here, he's more like on Zack Snyder's a terrible director kind of thing, you know. So I'm better like
asking for a friend. Asking for a friend.
I'm gonna give my review later about that. Okay, guys.
So all right, that will be coming later. Trust me, it will be coming later.
You only watched it 4 times. Where did you find 16 hours and 8 minutes of your life to watch this movie 4 times?
What's up, Andrew Ivy, man? Our old brethren. Andrew, we'll save that for later. I'm sorry, man. We got to tune into the whole show, man, in order to get our review, man.
You know what? I actually may have plugged it in the middle. I may actually plugged it in. All right. Stop.
Just put it in.
Are we doing this now?
Do it now.
We're doing it now. Ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it now.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. We're doing it now. Let's do the review for Zack Snyder's Justice League right here, right now.
Give the people what they want. We'll give the people what they want.
Okay, you guys asked for it. Let's hear it go. Pete, you are the non-DC guy.
No,
go for it.
But you see, that's the thing, though. I'm not like a hater of DC, but I definitely am a big Marvel fan. And like I said, I'll be honest. When I first saw theatrical release, I saw it with a few friends of mine from work, and I thought it was good. It was like, wow, disappointment compared to the first Avengers movie. It was a huge disappointment. It sucked. Now I saw the Zack Snyder cut on Friday night, 4 hours of it, and let me just say, my personal review is it's a pretty damn good movie. I want to say it's a masterpiece, but it's a pretty damn good movie. I'll say that for right now, and and I'll tell you why. Because it felt like a complete movie. It felt like something where like you actually got everybody's story. You actually got a good villain. Like the villain was actually like you actually understood the Steppenwolf's like purpose of why he was doing what he was doing. It wasn't just some like, oh hey, I'm going to destroy the world kind of villain. He actually had a storyline. I thought all the characters had a good storyline. I thought I love the story development. I thought the development was really good too. The story development was really good. The action scenes, of course, are going to be good, but that's Zack Snyder. That's his forte. I feel like all his action scenes are pretty well choreographed. Now, I gotta admit though, Anthony's right. There are a lot of slow-mo kind of shots.
I'm just taking it from what I've heard.
There are a lot of slow-mo. Even the Flash goes slow, for God's sakes, man. Some shots, like that's something like Zack Snyder does a lot of the slow-mo stuff, but overall, you can ignore that shit because that's like stuff like, okay, who's really, I'm not going to be critique on directors because every director has their own style of doing stuff. That's not a purpose. The purpose of this movie is to tell a story. What story are you telling? How you created a bunch of ensemble cast of characters and telling each side of their story and their connection with each other. And I'll tell you one thing, man. Now, one thing I want to say too, I know Ray Fisher has a lot of beef with Josh Whedon. I don't know if that's for real or not. If Josh was really an asshole director or not. But I'll tell you one thing.
Almost like everyone does.
I can tell you one thing though. Zack Snyder did a great job with his storyline because he made him relevant, man. I tell you what, I didn't even think of Cyborg as anything in the Justice League, the original theatrical release. But in this one, you actually get a story. He's actually a formidable character. He actually has a lot of strong, and you get a good story with him.
I don't want to interrupt you. We have a couple questions from the audience that they would like answered. Yeah. One of the comments was, "I loved all but the very last scene, kind of corny." Do you guys agree or disagree with that?
I think that was the end of the Joss Whedon cut that he's talking about between Flash and Superman on a race in the cornfields.
Okay.
I believe that's what he's talking about. But the last scene, the epilogue scene with everything that happened in Zack Snyder's cut, I thought was great. Personally. I mean, it wasn't needed, but I'm excited to what we got.
I like the dream sequence. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. Pretty interesting dream sequence of the future or what the future awaits them and all that. I thought that was a really cool cut. And
the lineup. I mean,
very intriguing because the characters are still around, and how they're all literally they're all together trying to fight somebody. If you haven't seen it, I'm not gonna reveal who that is, but they're gonna fight somebody that it's that it's surprisingly like it's like okay, he's a villain now. So
Thomas was talking about the lineup on the Snyder cut. What I didn't see it. So what do you know?
Well, it's pretty much like when they're all lined up after the final battle.
Kind of like the emblem like inside the city hall or whatever of the Justice League, like in the background.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, they're doing a superhero kind of like stance pose kind of thing. It seemed kind of like.
So I'm gonna answer Andrew's because I gotta. His second comment. His first comment was, "Did it need to be 4 hours?" So now I'm going to say something about Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Let me just say, I stayed for the end. I could say the same thing with There Will Be Blood. Like those movies, while we're slow, man, the payoff in the end of those two movies was just
great.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Yes.
Now, did it need to be 4 hours, Chris?
Okay, so. Let me go ahead and say the fact I really did enjoy this movie. Did it need to be 4 hours? No, but he wanted to do 2 parts to begin with.
Okay.
So everything that was used, he shot the last scene. That's literally it. That's the only thing new that he shot was the very last scene. in the movie. Everything else was shot before. Now he could have broken up into two movies, yes, but with what we got with the 4-hour cut, I think it was. I think it was needed. And don't get me wrong, everything is like pretty much. When you go see this movie, it's literally going to be like the same exact movie, but a lot fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
you're gonna get you're gonna get a background for everything that has happened and reason why things are happening the way they are, and the characters have more of an arc. They actually have makes it seem like they have a purpose, even they're fighting within themselves with them demons that they have that inside them, like Cyborg. He doesn't know what he should do, and he actually comes up and actually you understand why he is the way he is. And with Flash, you kind of get that a little bit, but not too much. And Wonder Woman, you got her own movie. Aquaman, you got his own movie. So you kind of like get kind of like a little bit of them. Batman, honestly, I like Ben Affleck as Batman. I'm sorry, it's not the best Batman. It's not better than Christian Bale Batman, but my opinion, I actually like him as Batman. He's older. He takes no shit. He's just like, this is how it is. This is what we're going to do. And
that scene right there, Jared Leto looks so much better than when he did in
Justice. Jared Leto's Joker is so much better than the
Suicide Squad
version.
Yeah,
actually just seems like the Joker.
Just
like
seeing that scene, without even hearing him, or like just his look better.
Yes, much better portrayal, honestly. And I love the dialogue between him and Batman. They had a really good back and forth dialogue and all that. It was actually very like you want to see more of it. Honestly, you want to see a lot more of it. And all that, so it left you wanting more, and I think that's a good thing about the movie. It left you wanting more by the end, because the way they kind of finished it off, you're kind of like, okay, I want to see where they can go next with this. Something where like the first Justice League movie, you really didn't care for. You're like, okay, this is it. It seems kind of like and they left like almost like I'd say a couple of cliffhangers throughout the movie. So they left a lot of cliffhangers and a lot of. It felt like. This one felt like the first Justice League theatrical version did not feel like the first Avengers movie. This one definitely felt like the first Avengers movie. Yeah. In a sense where like it leaves you with a good like first villain for them to fight, because Steppenwolf was a pretty powerful villain. But then you have another villain that you know you're gonna see down the road that's more powerful than Steppenwolf. And you know that it's gonna be a huge battle. So that's the good thing about the movie and all that stuff. But no,
everyone has a time to shine in the movie too.
The only thing I can say about the 4-hour movie, and I kind of agree, though, I think it would have been much better if they did a Cyborg, a Flash, kind of like the Marvel did before the Justice League. Because the thing is I don't know if we need origin stories from like in this type of movie. Like that's my only big thing of it, because you got a kind of little small origin stories, and I feel like that could have been cut out. And that could have been like done in a previous movie, and they could have just had like the ensemble cast get together. You can do away with all the backstory from the characters and just have them interact, because like that's kind of how I feel like what Marvel does. They do a good job with that. We're like, hey, you already know the character, you know their origin. When they meet up with other characters, you already get their backstory. So now you're just waiting for the interaction.
When they brought like Spider-Man in, they didn't go through his whole backstory,
because you already know his backstory. You already know the story. Like you don't know Cyborg. A lot of people don't know Cyborg's story. Some people know Flash from the TV show.
But I'm giving you an example of how you can bring a character in without doing a backstory. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
but like I said,
which is kind of what they did with Cyborg. Well, no, with like Aquaman and like Flash. Yeah, and a little bit of Wonder Woman, because you really technically you see her and you're like, okay, she's Wonder Woman. She was in Batman v Superman. She didn't really get an origin story. Like I don't think she got it after Batman v Superman, but like all of her powers that she uses in Justice League, she didn't use back in the first Wonder Woman. So you're like, okay, so I don't really need an origin story from you, but I can tell you're pretty damn powerful.
Let me ask you something, Chris. The theatrical release of Justice League, that fight scene with her in the bank and with the bank robbers, that felt a lot different. This one,
100% different. He shot Joss fucked this movie up. I'm sorry.
It felt like that scene was definitely way more graphic. The 4-hour one, way more intense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, than the theatrical release. It just seemed a lot more like you're like, holy crap, okay, she's you know, fucking these guys up, man.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah,
well,
I just feel
I think it's the fact that the R rating helped that too. The R rating definitely helped there because
it definitely helped that too because there's certain things. I want to say it's not a full R rating, but it's definitely certain points of the movie where you see pretty, you know, like certain violence here and there. So,
the Batman scene, the Cyborg scene when he says "fuck," and also a couple other scenes.
Yeah.
And then like,
Batman says it too.
Yeah, Batman says it too, and then also as well when near the end, the final sequence when Batman's in his car driving, and he actually swings one of the firefly things, whatever, into like the stake thing, and like you see the blood gushing out. So I was like, okay, that can be rated R.
Well, even Steppenwolf, man, he was cutting up people left and right. Honestly, with that ass.
True. That is true.
So, I want to say one thing that's really cool too. I love like something I don't think they did in the previous movies. I love the fact that there's this one scene was really cool. It shows like, well, I mean, in Darkseid's in the movie. I'm thinking a lot of people know that from the trailer, and it shows a flashback of Darkseid fighting, like literally, he's fighting an army of people. Like he's fighting like the Amazonians, he's fighting the Atlanteans, he's fighting the old gods. So you see like Hercules, you see, I believe, Ares, and I forgot what other. You've seen a Green Lantern. Like they're all fighting, you know. And I thought that was a really cool scene and all that stuff. And it's cool too because you get like a lot of, like then you get a little bit also backstory, the fact that the Amazonians and the Atlanteans do not get along; they hate each other. So you get kind of that side of that too. And so it's kind of cool that it's kind of what I like about it is world building. I always love world building. It's something that some movies do a great job. Black Panther did a good job. Great job, I should say, and other movies have done a good job. And I thought this movie was doing a good job with that too, world building between certain characters and all that, and their people. And I thought that was a cool backstory also, which I liked because, you know, of course, the Atlanteans have their own ways of doing things. So does the Amazonians. So I thought that's kind of cool. And like you're getting to see that. But yeah, there's a lot of things about this movie to say about, like to say that they've done a good job. Now, is it a perfect movie? Absolutely. I mean, I can't say that it's not a perfect movie. I do think that, I mean, even though, yes, sure, it's a 4-hour movie, great. Could have been less than a 4-hour movie, felt more impact, you know. But at the same time, I think it was necessary to tell all these stories and to tell everything that's happened because it makes sense, this movie.
Yeah.
More so than the previous, I think, Zack Snyder movies, you know? It makes way more sense, so.
I will say this to end it all. I'm glad he got to be able to finish this for his daughter. I'm glad that he was able to tell the vision how he wanted to tell it, even though it took a lot of his fans petitioning for it and whatnot. I'm glad that he was able to finish this off the way he wanted to. So even though this will be his last movie in the DC EU, he went out with a bang. He closed his trilogy very well, and we'll see what happens from here.
So now I gotta ask you, Chris.
What's up?
There's rumors that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is trying to get Christopher Nolan to direct the movie. How would you feel about that?
With what HBO Max and Warner Brothers did with their like day one releases, I wouldn't be surprised. But also as well, Zack Snyder did produce all of Zack Snyder's movies. No,
I know. That's why I thought that was a little interesting hearing that little tidbit. What do you think he would do if he took a movie? Like what do you guys think? Which character would he take upon?
It has to be something on the like.
I could have seen him doing Doctor Strange, but not like the Multiverse of Madness, but like maybe like Doctor Strange 3. But I don't see him taking on like the third movie of a trilogy.
So no, he wouldn't do that. He want to do his own project, to be honest.
I heard it was in the X-Men universe. That's what actually I heard.
What if it was like, because I know he's talked about he wanted to do Bond a little bit. What if it would be something like a Bond movie in the Marvel universe?
I'm trying to think of a character that'll fit that.
What if he just did the X-Men movie? That's a huge project.
Possibly, you could do
But
it.
that's too many characters to flow through. I don't think.
Well, not if they did like a first class kind of thing, where they just it was like really small and they just
Thomas made a good point. Gambit will be a good character.
Gambit would be a good character.
Gambit will be a good character because he's involved in the whole.
Well, and that's like me and you said, Pete. Like I don't like they should do like solo movies before they do like a team building movie. Honestly, the first one to me should just be almost Professor X and Magneto.
Well, you know, I know you guys like kind of. I mean, really, when you think about it, he could do a Wolverine movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Wolverine is a very interesting character outside of the X-Men.
Gambit with bomb-like elements would be really cool, actually.
Well, just even like him being in Weapon X and his being experimented and things like that. I mean, it could be very like interesting too. Like just him doing a. I mean, if he was to do an X-Men or do like a movie like that, I'm not sure because Christopher Nolan.
I think Gambit would play his cards a little different at the poker table, though, if you know what I mean.
But what about, let's say, Fantastic Four?
You could do that also. Space.
Science.
You know what? Actually, I can see him do more Fantastic Four because he's really into science.
They already have a director for Fantastic Four. It's the guy that did really? Spider-Man, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. I think the same director did Spider-Man's doing that. I think you're right.
Oh, come on. Stop using the same directors.
But they're good. Josh Trank is... Oh, no, that was the old one, right?
No, that's the old, yeah, the one that did a horrible job.
I don't think they do.
I thought they said that John Watts, yeah.
Oh. This was going to be a teenage camping movie. Got it. Yay.
Not necessarily.
He could change it up, yeah.
What else did he direct?
He did a Cop Car or whatever, that movie with Kevin Bacon. I haven't seen it.
Cop Car.
Or Cop Car, something like that. I don't know.
Okay, I know it wasn't Cop Out because that was Kevin Smith.
No.
He did. Yeah, it's called Cop Car. 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. And then he did a movie called Clown.
Oh God, that one?
44% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh man, that's the one where the guy put on the clown makeup and clown mask and couldn't get it off, and he was trapped inside the outfit, and like the mask was clinging to his actual skin. And
Eli Roth was the guy.
Yeah.
Is it awful?
Oh, Eli Roth.
It is meant to be a horror movie, but I'm just like, why would you put on a used clown costume?
Man, Cop Car with Kevin Bacon there, man. That stash that Kevin Bacon has in that poster, that is something, man. Woo!
That's like some Super Troopers.
Oh, it does.
This
is an Aaron Rodgers stash. Come on now.
Who wants a mustache ride?
So, guys, before let me ask you something. Chris, do you think Zack Snyder needs to take have another shot at the DCEU, or do you think this is kind of like a way of being like, okay, he did what he wanted to do, he got, and maybe he should step away?
I would love to see him finish his vision, finish the rest of it, because the plans he set out, he's already talked about 2 and 3, and how it was going to end out with Justice League and whatnot. I would love to see that, but I think with what this project did, and I think with what he had to endure with his daughter and everything, I think it's probably best to leave it behind.
My biggest problem with DCU right now is it's like I wish they chose one man who had a vision of the whole thing and just ride with it. Because now
they did, and unfortunately, yeah. I mean, you can't say the fact that circumstances happen, and it's like it's unfortunate that it happened, but it wasn't his fault. I mean, he had a plan.
I know, but it's just now, so we have Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, and I kind of want to see more of that character. I mean, I maybe they could go with Jared Leto, have that Joker be the next whatever, Joker in the rest of the movies and all that. I just feel though the problem with the movie is okay. So we got the Batman with Robbie Pattinson, right? Coming up, and which looks excellent. I just like. Here's my problem with it. Like, are they all still going to be connected, or are they going to do their own thing?
It's separate worlds. I mean,
Yeah,
we've seen the Flash in this movie be in the TV's Flash with Grant
yeah.
Gustin. So it's obviously they're in different worlds. So I mean, you got to think of it like that.
I guess you're going to do the whole. What's the word I'm looking for? They don't call it the multiverse. They call it something else. I want to say in
Different Earths, like I don't know.
They call it something else. I want to say
Infinite Earths or some
Infinite
like that.
Earth. I guess they're going to do something like that in DC, which that's fine actually, because they're already actually Flash movie. They're already talking about bringing Michael Keaton's Batman and doing other characters like that. So they're all talking about that.
Ben Affleck's coming back and being in that movie too.
Yeah, exactly. So they want to do that. They can may go with that route and go through that, but they need to choose who is going to represent the DC.
Do they though?
I think they do. They should.
Because at the end of the day, as long as it's a good movie, I mean, what does it matter?
But I'm saying though, you want a Justice League movie. You want to continue with like this whole thing. You want to have something where like, okay, you have this Flash, this Batman, this Superman, this Green Lantern, this whatever, Cyborg, meet together and have a super group and fight off Darkseid and other villains. You want to have that. You want to have that blow off because I feel that's what people will go in. Now, even though like let's say Avengers Endgame is over with, I'm pretty sure down the line Marvel's gonna have another super group, another Avengers team formed together, and gonna have another big, huge, epic
of course they are.
movie.
But it's like the end game wasn't really the end of it. We're still seeing payoffs to this day on their TV shows, which we'll get to shortly.
No, we are. But I'm saying though, like I feel like if it's to work for DCU, they have to have something like okay, this is gonna be our Batman, this is gonna be our Superman, this is gonna be like from now on. We got to do this and just go with it because, like I said though, if the thing is though, like. I mean, I'm kind of to the point where maybe you're right, Chris. Maybe just like go with this and just keep on riding with it. Go with this Zack Snyder and keep on going with it. Because now you're gonna have to change up everything. Because here's my thing though. Like so now Wonder Woman is still gonna do another movie, right? So you have that Wonder Woman.
So is Aquaman.
Aquaman, you're gonna start that Aquaman, but you're not gonna have Ben Affleck's Batman.
Ben Affleck will be in Flash.
Okay, he'll be in Flash, but he won't. But then you have Robert Pattinson's Batman. But now you're not going to have
the 80s.
So you're not going to have Henry Cavill's Superman because he said he's not going to do it anymore. So
he said he will come back, but like it's the fact of them rebooting. J.J. Abrams is rebooting Superman.
He said he wants a Superman show on HBO Max.
See?
That's what he's like pitching that to HBO Max. But you know what the biggest issue is at the end of the day? It's the people at WB and HBO Max and all that. Yeah. If they would just get their damn hands out of everything, they'd be a lot better off.
That's my point being. Like you have King and Feige kind of running the whole thing for Marvel, and that Disney's just like, okay, do what you want. You're making money for us. Go ahead, do what you want.
But I mean, it seems Warner Brothers doesn't trust their freaking people. They're like, we can go ahead and cut that and make that shorter. We can go ahead and do this. Because I'm telling you right now, if you actually watch the Ultimate Edition of BV Superman, you'll be like, this is a complete fucking different movie. This movie makes freaking sense. Because at the end of it, you see the fact that, like, what Alexander was doing. It's not Lex, because it's actually his son. Who's doing everything. That's who Jesse Eisenberg is. That's his son. You actually see back what his plan was behind everything. How he's able to actually move everything. Gal Gadot or Natalie Portman? Stranded on
Gal Gadot. Stranded on Gal Gadot. What do you guys think?
I've never met either one of them, so I couldn't tell you.
You can't answer that because he's a married man.
I can't. I don't know.
But after Natalie Portman becomes Thor, she will be able to whoop Wonder Woman's ass.
But can she though?
With the hammer? Oh yeah.
Both are gods.
She's actually supposed to be stronger than Thor when she takes the mantle because she's more keen thinking than Thor is.
Well, okay, I can tell you. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use science to defeat you somehow. if I use my electricity to combust that thing,
Well, it's
and
kind
then
of it's like Professor Hulk. Once he could actually think, he's actually not just like, oh, I'm gonna beat up like a bad guy. He
that's
has
true.
the best of both worlds.
Like, if I hit you here, I'm gonna Sherlock Holmes you along the way. And he's like,
So since we're reviewing stuff, let's just review Falcon and Winter Soldier.
all right, fine, let's do it.
Fine. That's fine.
Don't worry, I'll get you the picture, Ant. I know you're waiting for that picture. Hold on. All right. Well, go ahead and start. I gotta type it up.
Let's talk about the beginning of the episode. Was this probably one of the best action sequences you've ever seen in a TV show?
On a TV show.
It was like Hollywood
I
movie.
can't say that because actually the Battle of the Bastards is one of the best action.
That was good. This is a lot different though. This is aerial.
Yeah, it is.
This is
You're
like
saying the best battle scene in the TV show. That's the best battle scene I've seen in a TV show.
it was pretty awesome.
But I mean, if you're talking about a good opener, yeah, it's a great opener to a TV show.
And to cement Falcon as a badass character, oh yeah, like dude, he was.
We knew he was a badass character.
No,
though.
but he was like really wrecking shit.
You know what? It's funny though, because I know like they want to make him the new Captain America, or that's the kind of where they're going the storyline. But I actually think he's better off just being Falcon, because I think you're right. He is a badass character just by being Falcon alone. I think his weapons, I love the fact that he uses that drone in his back.
And I love it's like red something.
Yeah, Red Wing.
Yeah. I do like the fact though that they did did you like if like the little so they had like little tiny like nuances of his like character progression. Like so they basically were saying like, because they don't really say in the movie, but he's actually a engineering genius, because he's like, oh, like I do all my own stuff because they're always messing up my gear.
We knew that. Winter Soldier.
Huh?
Winter Soldier. He established that.
What are you talking about? In the Winter Soldier movie?
Yeah.
What part was that?
He was talking about how he has his wings and how he only works on it himself. And
okay.
Yeah, we knew that. One thing I will say about this, kind of ahead of my head. Did you guys catch who he was fighting?
Yeah.
It was George St. Pierre.
Who was in the Winter Soldier?
Yeah, it's Batroc. Yeah. Oh, it's in comics. With Batroc the Leaper. He's like a French martial artist,
and he still got away. They still didn't kill him.
Away.
Yeah, so he'll still be around.
Yep.
Well, yeah, George St. Pierre. It's pretty cool though, because like, I mean, George St. Pierre can really fight, so it's cool having him in his fight scenes, and it's a really cool. Now, here's my explanation. Here's my thing. I know they're a terrorist group who he is fighting for. Now, why were they trying to get that military guy? What did that guy have? Did he have information, or was he just a hostage?
This was just a hostage situation. And
okay,
a good reason to have an action scene right in the beginning of the show.
Okay.
Of course.
But I was just like,
we have your attention now.
But no, anyway, though, like, yeah, Falcon had a really cool, like, honestly, I think I always thought Falcon was pretty badass from Winter Soldier. He had a really cool like fight scenes in Winter Soldier. But I always feel he never had enough love and never had enough action scenes, because of course, some of the other mega superheroes and the Avengers always took the spots. But I thought him having a real cool action scene in the beginning of this was a good way to really get people to be like, okay, Falcon's badass. It's like focuses on him and saying, oh, I didn't know Falcon was this badass, because he is. He really is a badass character with his gear and all that stuff. So. But yeah, it's cool having that cool action scene. But I tell you what, the gist of the whole show, I think, was the storylines between Falcon and Bucky. Now let's go with Bucky. I thought Bucky and him and being with that psychiatrist was a really cool scene, because I actually really. It's cool the fact that he's trying to fight his demons. And it's hard for him to kind of admit what he's done, like all the bad things he's done throughout his life.
Yeah,
and he's trying to make amends for it.
Yeah, make amends, make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
But it still kind of haunts him, I think, in a way. It still kind of brings him down. And even with the psychiatrist's help, he can't really like open up and try to deal, because it's hard to deal with these things he's done. So I thought that was really cool scene and all that stuff, and also the fact that when he meets this old, I believe he's Chinese man. I know he's Asian, but I think I want to say he's Chinese. He befriends this man. You see him, he's a friend of him, and you see this flashback of this dream flashback of him killing this Asian man, and also other like delegates, I guess, that are like European delegates or whatever, and kills. This was collateral damage and all that stuff, and you find out that the friend of his, the older Asian man, that was his son. Now it didn't really say that if he
Alexa, turn on the TV.
No, it doesn't really say that if Bucky actually knew that this was his son, and that's why he became friends, and he's trying to make amends.
Of course he knew it was his son.
What's that?
Of course he knew it was his son, and that's why he was there making amends.
Yeah,
you think so?
He knew that, definitely, for sure.
Yeah,
you think so? Yeah, okay,
100%.
So like, I thought that's really cool finding that out. You kind of have this kind of cool storyline that I think you could tell that Bucky really is trying to make amends with everything he's done. Unfortunately, can't do that with Tony because even though he killed Tony's parents, but now Tony's dead, so he can't even make amends with that stuff. So that's something he's gonna have to deal with. But overall, though, that was a real cool scene. And now, of course, Falcon and you meet his sister, and he's trying to like save his family's his father's boat. And I like the scene where he goes to the bank to get a loan, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're Falcon, you're Avenger. How much you get paid? Do you make money?" And and it's kind of it humanizes Falcon, because I feel like you realize he's just a regular guy. Like, even if he's a superhero, he's just a guy trying to make him.
And I have a problem with that. Reason being, okay. So you mean tell me that, hi, I'm an Avenger. I saved the whole entire world. I brought people back from the dead who you thought just disappeared. I bring people back, and you going to sit there and tell me that, like, hey, yeah, we need to emphasize the fact on how bad my credit is. Come on.
I mean, that's unfortunately, that's banks in general. They're really greedy. They don't care about the money. But
they may not care about the money, but everyone's been gone for fucking 5 years, and you're gonna sit there and tell me like, oh yeah, well you don't have any like purchases, not purchases. You don't have any gross profit for 5 years. I wonder why.
He's snapped out for 5 years, so of course he doesn't have anything to go back on. But it goes to show though that the bleep or whatever the snap has done to these to everybody.
The blip, Pete.
The blip, whatever.
Come on, man.
Has done to everybody, has literally affected everybody, and even the smallest ways. Where Falcon can't even be like, oh yeah, I've been gone for 5 years. Of course I don't have no freaking credit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's trying to do something right for his family, and he can't even do that. So. And also, let's talk about the fact that he gave up his shield to Captain America. Captain America gave him the freaking shield. He gives it to like the government or whatever, and then the government decides to give it to a new Captain America, which is pretty like backhand to the face.
Which then we all know he's getting it back.
Of course.
But all I gotta say is that new Captain America, that little scrawny little bitch, not my Captain America.
Yeah, he didn't even look like he looked like lame. He looked like nerdy, like a dork.
Now my question is who's the leader of the Flag Smashers? Because that dude is a freaking badass.
I think it's a chick.
What chick?
It might be a chick.
I think that's the chick that they've been like in advertising.
So it's not Sharon Carter, obviously. She's a blonde.
No,
it's the redhead curly hair.
Wow. So was she like doped up on some super serum?
Possibly.
Super soldier serum? Because man, she kicked that dude's ass all over the place.
Oh, okay. So let's answer Shauna's question. Yeah, I don't know if this Regal is going to open up, guys. Oh, dude, he looks like a dork. I don't know if this Regal is going to open up. I think Regal is opening up.
Look at that scrawny little bitch. Not my Captain America.
Yeah, he just looks like a nerd, actually. Nerd.
Regal is coming back. Their first movie will be Kong versus Godzilla when it opens up. next month. It'll be actually April 3rd is when they're opening up. So right before Easter. So
I don't know if our Regals will be opening up. I hope it opens up. That'll be amazing if it does. So I can
But guys,
watch the
Don Cheadle in the episode. Awesome. Got to see a little bit of Rhodey.
Yeah.
Will we see him again though?
I think they'll set up Armor Wars a little bit more towards the end of the series, maybe.
I think you're definitely going to see him again. I think he has definitely. I think he definitely has him. Well, even he asked, even like, why did you give up the shield? You should be Captain America. Even Don Cheadle asked like the Falcon, and so I feel like he's gonna have his back on this too. He's gonna be like, hey man, what the hell you give? It should be Falcon over the new Captain America, not this freaking guy, not this dork. So.
Amen. Amen, man. Bring Falcon in for Captain America. Get this guy.
He looks like a dork.
Just look at this.
Look at nerd. Look at this nerd. Put some glasses on, nerd.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
But I mean, let's be honest here. That is the son of Ego. That's the literal son of Ego.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's a costume, dude. The costume looks pretty bad, actually. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a much cooler costume later on because that is supposed to be U.S. agent.
No, he's not gonna get. This is his costume. And every trailer we have seen
later on.
Every trailer we've seen, even with him on a football, there's only 5 episodes left. They're not going to show that much more.
I'm just going to say, definitely not America's ass, guys.
No, in the comic book, so he gets like a black costume, like it's like a black costume with like an American flag in the front. So like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like the same costume, in the comic book. So I'm pretty sure maybe they'll make changes later on or something like that.
So do we know how long episode 2 is?
50 minutes.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
A broken version of Captain America.
I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, that's good.
He looks like Captain America before he got the super soldier serum.
He did, man.
I can do this all day.
He's like, I can fight this all day. I can do this all day.
Oh, man, that's great.
I hope he says that line and then someone knocks his ass out. That'd be great.
Well, Bucky, if Bucky, like he says it to Bucky, and be like,
"Bitch, please."
So, when do you think we're going to see Barry and Zemo? Maybe next episode, or not?
I would think they have to introduce Sharon Carter and Baron Zemo pretty soon. I mean, again, like Chris said, 5 episodes left. I mean, let's get going here.
Yeah. So
no,
this was a slow start for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was. I agree. It was more like you get that cool action scene in the beginning, then you get a lot of story between Falcon and Bucky.
So far, I'm feeling like Marvel. You're better off almost waiting to watch the shows in full. Like I'm starting to get like that vibe with their shows because even like WandaVision, I was always like, I mean, I was excited for the next episode, but like if you like, then I went back and watched a bunch in a row, and it's like so much better doing it that way.
Yeah. You binge watching.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so let me ask you, Ann. So you think it should be just a binge watch then? Do it like Netflix?
No, because
I
don't think they should because the fact that like they need to get better at water cooler talk. Mm-hmm. My opinion. They need to get better at that before they can be like, oh yeah, we can go ahead and just like they're doing what Netflix does right now. They're having a TV show and it like Netflix does everything and they release episodes simultaneously. Mandalorian, you had an episode very interesting, very different from anything else. And you're like, oh, that's interesting. Different director and whatnot. He did his own style or her own style. And then you continue on with the story. And at the end, towards the end, they all somewhat came together and you're like, boom, mind blown. But in Marvel shows, it's like, here's a little bit. Here's a little bit. There's a little bit. Here you go. And at the end, we're all going to come together. Instead of just being like, here, we're going to have this very, very, very different style than what you're used to seeing. We're going to entertain you for like this little bit, even though it's going to be kind of like a villain of the week. But even though it's going to have just that much to keep you going, we're going to have that in there. And you can bring that over to the following week. Literally, all we got from this episode, really, to be honest, we just talk about is the first 5 minutes.
Well, here's the thing, though. Do you feel that because, like we mentioned about the Mandalorian, how the Mandalorian, the first season, I think the first, like I remember 3 episodes were really good, and then you had the 3 other episodes that were kind of like slow or whatever. And then like I felt like the end was really cool too. But I felt like the season 2 of Mandalorian was just like water cooler talk. I felt like because you really were like, holy shit, there's Ahsoka, there's Boba Fett, there's like they had like literally you're like
even season 1, episode 1, the pilot, you had Baby Yoda. I mean, like, dude, like that, like Baby Yoda was like, holy shit, like I mean,
that's good water call, but I think season 2 even had way more.
No, I 100% agree with you, but I'm saying like even from the first episode, they started water cooler talk. That's what kind of like honestly, like I would say that there wasn't really any water cooler talk for WandaVision to episode 4.
Yeah.
And then the Agatha. It was all Agatha all along. Those are the only 2 episodes where I was like, well, maybe Quicksilver a little bit, but like
but that was episode 4.
Oh, that okay. Yeah. So like that was a pretty good one, but like this, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the reveal of the Captain America wasn't like as impactful as they could have made it. Maybe that's why.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. But I think we already knew that anyway. We knew that Captain America, like.
I think we knew too much about the show. Maybe that's like
they advertised it way too much.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you delay it for like a year.
But they've been sitting on this show for how many months?
Yeah.
WandaVision, they did advertising, but not as much as Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Not nearly as much.
It was like literally hand over fist to like how much advertising they were doing for this freaking show.
Didn't we see this in not this past Super Bowl? Didn't we see an advertisement for this in the previous year's Super Bowl? Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah, we've been sitting on this footage for like over a year and a half. Like, so
yeah. You know, it's funny though. I think Mandalorian does a way better job not revealing all their stuff because we didn't know about Baby Yoda.
They didn't show nothing in the trailer.
We didn't know about Asuka. We didn't know about Boba Fett.
In fact, Pete, remember I complained to you about the trailers because I was like, I didn't see nothing.
Well, that's the whole point, not to see anything. Because you already know. Okay, so you already know like who you're gonna see in the show. You already know about fake Captain America. You already know about Baron Zemo, Sharon Carter, and Flag Smashers. So there's not too much you're not revealing really, and I think that's a problem though. That sometimes the trailers reveal way too much to the point where we're not surprised of anything you're going to see in this show. So the water cooler talk is not there because we already know what's going to happen. So I think that's like the major issue sometimes, and the fact that they've been sending this for months. Actually, they've been sending this since this was supposed to come out last July, last June, July, August.
Yeah.
So been sitting for almost a year. It's like that's the problem though. It's like they've been, it's the same with
sitting on it for 7 months. Like
it's the same with,
crazy.
When Black Widow finds
when Black Widow comes out, we'll be sitting on that for 14 months.
But the thing is, I think we already know a lot of stuff that's going to happen in Black Widow too.
Well, it's pre-snap. So, I also heard that Florence Pugh might be cameoing in this show, which would really suck because then
it's kind of like you're just like, okay, all right, so I'd rather see Black Widow before this,
Yep, absolutely.
So get the investment already.
Yeah.
So it's I think honestly this whole stupid like literally this whole year and a half of unfortunately COVID and everything else that's really kind of ruined our the way these things are supposed to come out and how they were supposed to be revealed and all that stuff. So not to say though that yes, sure it could be much better in some cases, execution wise. But like I said, I think knowing now, I already knew that there was going to be a fake character America. So like seeing him didn't do anything for me. So
yeah, I agree with you. So let's talk about Disney Plus since we've just mentioned Black Widow.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to pull up the dates. I don't see them anywhere.
July 2nd, July 4th, I believe.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. If it's not coming out on Memorial Day weekend, July 4th weekend is a pretty it's a pretty good weekend to release that. But dude, why can't I find the when did that get announced?
Yesterday. I posted it.
No, I know, but did you post all the dates? Because I was going to talk about all of them.
No, all the dates, no. MCU release dates. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing things off the cusp.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay,
That's
so Disney made a couple changes to their release schedule. And this is an old article, so this isn't even the right one. Sheesh.
MCU release schedule.
Okay.
Let's
July
talk about,
9th.
let's talk about the
I get
story. Let's
it.
talk about the main thing about it. Okay, so it's going to come out in July, and it's going to be released in theaters and in Disney Plus, but you're going to have to pay $30 in order to watch it. What do you guys think about that?
July 9th, 2021.
So I'm fine with it because you still have a choice. If you don't like paying the $30 on Disney Plus, then you get to go to the theater. If you have a family of 3 or larger, it's going to be cheaper for you to just rent it on Disney Plus. So I like that way too.
Or if you have some other means way, you can watch it that way too.
But one of our friends, one of our mutual friends, have said that HBO Max is releasing all the movies for you don't have to pay extra.
HBO Max is also $7 more a month. So after 5 months, I'm still saving money.
Are you? Do you not have ESPN Plus and Hulu at the same time?
That's not Disney Plus, though. I'm talking about
that's included.
Don't worry about what I do. Don't worry about what I
do. I'm sorry. Didn't Disney Plus raise their prices like this past weekend
to $8?
Right?
To $8.
To $8. Oh,
so that's $7 less a month than HBO Max.
Huh? And how many Premier Access movies did Disney come out with this year? They got Mulan.
One.
You got
this
Mulan.
Year one.
This year one. Oh, so you got Mulan and Raya. $60. Okay, so you're going to sit there and tell me that Mulan and Raya are worth $60 both together when I can pay $14.99 a month for. Let's see. Let me list the movies here.
But Chris, hold on. Before you list the movies, you are going by yourself to watch movies. So you're only paying for one person. If I have to pay for 3 people, when I take my family to the movie theater, I'm paying $33, and that's not including popcorn, drinks, candy. Yes. So I'm spending like $50 or $60. So
okay, granted. Okay, I'll give you that, but. Look, I'm not done listing movies.
No, go ahead and list your movies. Sorry.
The little things. Judas and the Black Messiah. Tom and Jerry, which was actually trash. Zack Snyder's The Justice League. Kong versus Godzilla. Mortal Kombat. In the Heights. The Matrix 4. Let's see here. What's another movie that's coming out?
What was it? The
Doom.
Sopranos
sequel. Space Jam 2. All these things coming out day and date, day one on HBO Max, and I don't have to pay extra for it.
Why are they stopping it in 2022?
Because movie theaters are going to be back in full order.
Okay, so let Disney.
Here's the thing, though, Ant. You got to look at it this way. But here's the thing, though. You got to look at it this way, Ant. But by that time, HBO is going to have all these new subscribers and all that stuff. Hopefully, they'll have a lot of more original content. So you don't want to have to need the need of having those premieres or whatever. I think by 2022, it's all a matter of being subscribers.
You still have the choice. So if you don't like it, just don't watch it on Disney Plus. Just go to the theater. That's it. You still have the choice.
I still have the choice. Pandemic. I still have the choice now to go see freaking Kong versus Godzilla in theater, but I don't really have to because I can see it at home for $14.99 a month.
Some people don't want to go out because of the pandemic, so they're still afraid. So you got that choice. Either you can go to theater or go stay and watch at home.
Me personally, I would prefer they release all their movies like this forever. Me personally,
unfortunately,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. So about that, why? Yeah.
Why? Because I think it takes away from the theaters. I think it takes away from that, and I think.
But it doesn't. If you want to go to the theater, you can go to the theater. Why not have choices? See, I like having choices.
Oh my god! So you wouldn't want to go to the theater?
If I could
go to the theater and watching these movies.
I could stay at home and watch it on my 4K
Get out, man.
with my
Why don't you get out of your
Dolby
house and do
Atmos
stuff? Get
surround
out of your
sound.
house. Stop staying at home.
Hey,
Stop playing,
it's
and
dangerous
get out of the
business
house.
even walking out your
Isn't
front
that
door,
what-
my friend.
Isn't that what your parents used to say when you were a kid? Get out of the house and do stuff.
I love my house.
All right, so I'm gonna say this. I wish they would release more director's cut films as long as they want on streaming platforms.
That's okay.
That's
okay.
That is what I would like the streaming platforms to be. Make more 4-hour cuts of movies.
Yeah.
Yes, that can be broken up in parts like what the Justice League did. But make director's cuts of movies that long on streaming platforms. Now, the max I will go see a movie in theaters will be 3 hours, but that's personally just me. I know a lot of people don't want to do that, so make it theatrical cuts. They can make it to the theater. I don't mind about that, but director's cuts of movies need to be at home on streaming platforms because that's where you see like everything of the original director's vision come to life.
I 100% agree with that. That is a good statement because I think though having a 3-hour, 4-hour movie, it's way too long to be in a theater. And if you're gonna do that, you have to have intermission. Because no way you're gonna sit that long, not want to go to the bathroom and miss a cool scene in a movie. Right. So I totally agree with that to have that as a way. But I still feel though the best experience of watching a movie is in the theaters. I still feel that's the best way to watch a movie, especially when it comes to these.
Because you don't have good stuff.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that, and like I said, I made a great point. We've seen, I don't know how many times we've seen Empire Strike Back. When we've seen the last movie
I'll give you that, Pete. I will give you that.
Yes.
Going and watching that in the theater it felt like a new experience.
It did, didn't it?
I'll give you that. I will give you that.
Yeah. That's my whole point. I feel like certain movies are way better off. I'm pretty sure I'm not seeing it. I'm pretty sure Tenet would have been a great movie to see in the theaters than see it at home. It would have been a way cool experience. I bet you Christopher Nolan's kind of pissed off that not a lot of people seen it in the theaters because that was a movie you should definitely see in it, in the theaters. So, but yeah, dude, that's my whole thing about it. That's my whole feeling. I think hopefully once this pandemic's all over, we don't have to worry about wearing masks and social distancing and all that. Hopefully, when it's all said and done, we can go out and go have a choice and go in the theaters and watch movies. But hey, streaming channels are gonna have their own movies too, so we don't have to worry. We have those options too. Like you say, options. We're gonna have those two options: either watch these movies in the theaters, or wait to release them in the streaming, or watch their own version of movies or TV shows or whatever. So
Lost in the Shuffle also. So Cruella is also coming to theater and Disney premiere day one on the 28th.
Seriously?
Yeah. May 28th. Theater and Disney Plus. But Luca is completely skipping the theater and going straight to Disney Plus, July 18th. So no extra on that one.
So Pixar gets shafted while oh god.
Luca looks really good too, so I'm actually excited about that.
What is their problem? What is Disney's problem with Pixar?
What do you mean?
Okay,
I think it's because it's I was about to say it's because it's animated, but so is Raya.
You really sold on for free Christmas Day one, and then you release Artemis Fowl. You got to be consistent here. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they're picking. Maybe there's nothing available in June. Well, no, because Loki's going to be out, so that's weird. But anyway,
and then you got freaking your supposedly Jungle Cruise is supposed to be coming out in July.
That's not till next year now, right?
I thought it was supposed to be this year.
Oh, they didn't mention that, but so we also have Free Guy is now pushed to August 13th. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, September 3rd.
Yep.
The Kingsman, December 22nd. Deep Water, January 14th, and Death of the Nile, February 11th.
Where's the Avatar fall in that place? Because Avatar is supposed to be this year.
I don't think they moved it. So
no, I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know. They haven't moved anything, so that's what it is. But I could see Avatar waiting because it depends on what the theaters are looking like, to be honest with you. And like I said, Chris, like me and you were chatting a little bit, and I just said that I don't think they were happy with the amount of money Raya made, and that's why they ultimately decided to go this route.
And that's probably what they're doing. Maybe that's what they're doing. That
which is sad because Raya was actually a really good movie.
That's what I hear. I hear it's excellent. It's
actually a really good movie, even though Raya's dad looks like a freaking Asian Ken doll. It's a really good movie.
That's funny.
But like I do think maybe that's why, I think that's the point though. Like Raya did not make good money in the theater, so of course they probably feel like, I think maybe they think that like families are not ready to go to theaters yet, so they feel like, well, let's just kind of like do this, like put Luca in like and Disney Plus and all that. I think more so like when it comes to like Black Widow, maybe more people are more willing, fanboys or fangirls are more willing to go watch Black Widow theaters than than doing it that way. So
I got a question about Luca for you though, Pete. Is Luca gonna sleep with the fish? Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes. And it is about an Italian boy, so
is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, I got my own Disney movie, man.
What's the story about? What's the story about?
He's gonna sleep with fish? No, I don't know, man. I haven't. I seen the trailer, but I forgot now because it was like in like a D23 thing when I saw it.
Geez. You said it's your movie, but you don't even know what's it about. For shame.
For shame.
Anyways,
for shame.
Oh, QB1. Who's QB1? Who's on the Bears? Andy Dalton. Gross.
You did not know that? They signed him.
Gross.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I thought getting Mike Glennon as a backup was bad. Woo!
You didn't know that Andy Dalton was now Bears quarterback?
No.
Dude, the funny thing about it is the Bears never learn, dude. Like, why did they get the worst quarterbacks?
Ever.
All the time.
So let's go to my weekly segment, gentlemen.
Oh, here we go.
Let's talk about what Chris is wearing there. So PlayStation at home, their initiative on March 25th through April 22nd, you're going to be able to download, I believe, 10 to 11 games. No, 10 games. Sorry. They're going to be 5 indie games. You're going to get Subnautica, Enter the Gungeon, Abzu, The Witness, Res Infinite, 4 VR games, including Astrobot Rescue Mission, Moss, Thumper, and Paper Beast, and then the AAA title from Guerrilla Studios, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. So, pretty awesome. Oh, but that one's not till April 19th, guys. Sorry. You're going to have to wait on that one.
This is fine.
And Ratchet's still available until March 31st. So,
there you go.
Make sure you go get those. Completely free. Don't even need a PlayStation Plus membership.
Boom.
Go get them. Now,
welcome to PlayStation.
Epic Game Store. Today's the last day to get the fall. Tomorrow it'll change to Creature in the Well, which is a fantastic game. Highly recommend going and downloading it. Great game.
Don't remember the fall too much, but I did review it for Game Gravy.
No, not the fall. The Creature in the Well.
No. I'm talking about the fall since it's still available right now.
Oh, was that the one where it was kind of like the old school, like Out of This World or the old school Prince of Persia games?
In a way,
where it was like a side-scrolling, like story adventure game. Yeah. I did play that. I think on Wii U. It was pretty good, actually.
It was good.
It's been years.
Yeah.
All right, and since we missed last week, we'll talk about Game Pass. So, 20 Bethesda games were added to Game Pass.
Of course they were.
Yep. We had.
Who's going to talk about that?
Dishonored Definitive Edition, Dishonored 2, Doom 93, Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 64, Doom Eternal, The Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim Special Edition, Elder Scrolls Online, The Evil Within, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, Fallout New Vegas, Prey, Rage 2, Wolfenstein The New Order, Wolfenstein The Old Blood, and Wolfenstein Youngblood. And
is that all?
Yes, and five of those games, they added frame FPS boost to as well, which is pretty awesome. So they made them at a locked 60 frames a second.
So just get it on with them and tell the people how Games Pass is the greatest thing of all time, and how they should just purchase Xbox.
I'm not even done with Game Pass. Calm down, Pete. Day one from Square Enix, Outriders will be available on Game Pass April 1st. You're welcome. AAA title, day one from a third-party studio, Pete. You gonna play it, Chris?
Anything else?
You gonna be on there with me? Why won't you
Anything
play
else?
I'm not gonna play that.
Okay. Yes.
I played the demo. That was enough for me.
So we have Undertale, which is a very good indie game if you've never played it. Yakuza 6 is coming. Narita Boy, Empire of the Sun, Star Wars Squadron.
Did you say Narita?
Yeah, Narita.
I need to look this up.
Narita Boy. It is a indie game, side-scrolling like Metroidvania kind of game. Or no, I'm sorry, not Metroidvania. It's more like a Ninja Gaiden or Shinobi kind of game.
Gotcha.
Okay. What was once a Switch exclusive and fantastic RPG coming day one to Game Pass, Octopath Traveler. Highly recommend it. Beat it on the Switch. Very good game. Genesis Noir is coming to Game Pass, and then on PC we're getting Nier Automata or Automata. Sorry. Torchlight 3, Pillars of Eternity 2, and there was one more. Sorry, Superland. And that's what's coming to Game Pass soon. And then this Friday there is a Indies ID at Xbox event going on, where they're going to announce new indie stuff for them. It's actually their first indie showcase, and it's gonna they will have Game Pass news, and they're also going to premiere 15 new like games / trailer gameplay stuff for games, and then also feature over 100 games in it. So that will be a pretty cool showcase. Yes, that is all, Pete.
Is that all?
Sorry, man. They had a lot of games this week.
No, it's just funny though, because I was kind of waiting for you to give your pitch and all that your Xbox pitch.
I don't need an Xbox pitch. It pitches itself.
It pitches itself. There you go. That's the pitch right there. Boom. That's the pitch right there.
It pitches itself.
Even though, Chris, I know you didn't like Outriders. I enjoyed the little bit I played of it. I need to play more. I will probably. It feels like a Gears of War game, but mixed with Destiny. So.
Yep, I agree with that.
Yeah, so I will play it. They definitely need to patch it a little bit though, because man, like some of the character models look like art.
Rough.
Yeah, like
really rough.
It's so funny because I was doing a weekly quest today for for one of the reward points things. It was play Rise, like the Son of Rome or whatever, and I was playing it, and I even text Jeff. I'm like, dude, the character models look better on this game that came out in like 2013 than they did in Outriders. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, the Rise looks good, man, for like an older game. Like I was like, man, that game looks good.
You've never played Rise?
No.
Before? Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, I never played it. I was like, it's pretty graphic though, man. You are chopping limbs, stabbing heads off. It's crazy.
It's like the Battle of Troy.
Yeah,
in a way.
But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. But that's a pretty good grab for Game Pass game for day one.
All right. So we got that. So let's talk about a little bit of NFL free agency, gentlemen.
Right. It Takes Two. I am waiting for as well. I cannot wait to play that game.
Oh, is that the party game?
No, it's two-player co-op.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not party.
Party is like 3 to 4.
And that's not a story. Like this is like a story-driven game.
Okay, well,
but like
it looked cool.
Well, one question I have though: how well do you and Leah actually like work together though?
Oh, we beat every level on Overcooked together. So
no. Hold on. No. I was there with Overcooked. You guys get mad, dude. You guys get really like.
Well, that's because you were playing too, Pete, and you ruined it.
Ultra competitive. This guy right here. Wait, hold up. This guy right here gets ultra competitive, man. Competitive. Yeah, you do. Dude, I was over there playing, dude. I'm like, I don't even want to play with this guy anymore, man. All he does is yelling and whatever, gives us orders.
Someone's got to be the captain of the team, Pete.
So she says, not to say I didn't test my marriage, but I still enjoyed the game.
Dude. And we had our friends Rob and Sean over there too, man. He's yelling at Rob the whole time.
Hey, man, if you're doing your job, I don't have to. You have one job, I don't got to yell at you. Just do your damn job.
Here we go. So,
I'm not gonna make mention of that, but yeah. But anyways, NFL free agency. So, how are your Jets doing, Pete?
Got a couple of players. We got Corey Davis. We got
that's a good pickup. I like Corey Davis a lot, so I'm gonna say that is a good pickup.
We got Carl Lawson. I'm pretty sure our team is going to be drafting. That's our main focal point. I think the draft and all that stuff. We got some other free agents too. Nobody major and all that stuff, but I feel like we're just going and trying to fill in holes and all that stuff. I mean, really, that's what we're trying to do. We need an outside linebacker. We need another receiver, so that's what it did. And we got like a few other players, like who are secondary players, but nothing like special. I do think we need a good running back. I'm hoping, and a cornerback. I'm not sure if they're going to get Richard Sherman, but he's getting kind of old, so I don't know if that'll be a good fit for him. But we'll see. We'll see what, like I said, Richard Sherman's still a free agent, so we don't know. We might pick him up.
All right. So, I mean, I know you're excited about your Giants. So.
I am very excited about the Giants.
I know he's going to talk about his Giants. I know that's.
No, we can talk about the Giants next because I mean we know Chris's team basically kept the team together and that's all they needed to do.
That's all they needed to do.
Yeah, absolutely. They kept the team together. But the Giants, we added some pieces. So first day free agency, I was a little worried. Mike Glennon was the big signing on the first day, and I was like, "Whoa, what are we doing here?" Mike Glennon as QB2. I was like, "That's it." But they went out. They got Kenny Golladay. They got excuse me. They got Dory Jackson from the Titans, who is a cornerback, very good cornerback. He was drafted early in the first round. They also picked up a couple of linebackers. I know they got what's his name, Ryan Anderson from the Washington football team, and they got, I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but from the Vikings, they got an edge rusher, and then they also got Kyle Rudolph from the
that's a good
Vikings,
pickup too.
Who's a very underrated pickup in my opinion, because and hold on, I'm going to tell you why I think it's very underrated. So our offensive coordinator coached the oldest and slowest tight end in the league ever, and he was still productive. So that has me having hopes. Because yes, Jason Witten coached. Jason Garrett coached Mark Witten when that guy was like 150, and he was still productive.
Mark Witten, you mean?
Jason Witten.
Jason Witten. Oh my gosh! Hello. Witten. Yeah. So Jason Garrett coached Jason Witten. Witten. Thank you. And
like Kyle was a good quarterback. I don't know enough about Kevin Golladay.
Kenny Golladay? You don't know about Kenny Golladay?
No.
He's great. He was like he basically took over for Calvin Johnson when he left.
Oh, that's a good pickup then. You did lose a guard though. I thought that was pretty major.
Zeitler? Yeah, but he was getting up there in age, and
isn't that the same guy you got from the Browns?
Yeah.
And I thought that guy really fixed your whole line. Actually, I thought it made your line better.
He definitely made the line better. But I feel that with his age and the amount we were paying him, that we basically for his contract probably got 3 of those free agents. So you gotta make do. They'll draft somebody to fill in the hole.
Yeah, I just always feel like offensive line is the most important thing when it comes to the offense.
But
I just feel like, I'm pretty sure you guys might draft you probably want to go after a young guard or whatever.
There was times last year when none of our receivers were getting any separation. So I feel like and then we also added another wide receiver. We got John Ross from the Bengals, who's like a speedster. So I felt like there was like a lot of times last year when Daniel Jones did have time, but none of his receivers had any separation. So he was still having to fit the ball into tight windows, which if you have like over 3 seconds to throw the ball, somebody needs to get freaking open. Like
So let me ask
that's
you-
terrible. Like
So let me ask you something. You think you're gonna get an offensive lineman your first pick in the draft? You think
no,
that
I don't know. I'm gonna guess they're gonna go BPA, man. At
What?
that best player available, like that.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
You don't have other holes to fill?
I don't think it at number 11.
maybe safeties. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean they just drafted one last year though, Xavier McKinney, and then they have Gibril Peppers. So I mean they got
Okay,
safeties out
corners.
there. They have James Bradbury, and they just signed Dory Jackson.
Okay, never mind.
Defensive
line and then offensive line.
defensive line we always need. We lost Dalvin Tomlinson to the Vikings, so
Okay.
getting a defensive lineman, I like honestly, offensive line, defensive line, or a wide receiver would be my pick.
But you guys like signed like 2 wide receivers though. I mean,
hey, if you could still get a top wide receiver like that, like you can never have too many weapons.
You can't, but I feel in that time you have to concentrate what spots are you really hurting. Like I know right now the Jets need a tight end, they need a running back, they need a probably not offensive lineman, need corners. Corners is definitely something they really need.
Oh my god!
I mean, maybe a quarterback. I don't know about the quarterback.
I'm sorry, I was just looking at the card for tonight's NXT, dude.
Oh my
Freaking Drake Mavericks fighting Walter. Dude, he's gonna get his ass kicked.
What did that guy do wrong? He must have pissed somebody off back there.
Dude, he's gonna chop him into next week.
He's gonna chop his whole chest off.
Put it this way, Chris. That's like the Big Show in his prime versus like I wouldn't even say like Rey Mysterio. Like yeah, some like scrub, dude. And like, but this guy like hits hard though. Like it's ridiculous. Like his chops, man, they sound like shotgun blasts.
what was the guy with the red hair that always get like his butt whooped? I forgot. Jake
James Ellsworth or
no, he's thinking of I Got Kids.
oh, Heath Slater.
Yeah,
yes,
Heath Slater.
that dude.
Yeah, but him but smaller.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Oh, speaking of, so kind of changing up the NFL list. Speaking of that, like, so I was gonna say there's a breaking news, but we have 2 Hall of Fame announcements for the WWE Hall of Fame, which I thought was pretty.
Well, you
pretty
might as well name them all though, because I don't think we talked about any of them.
Okay, well that's we haven't.
No.
Oh yeah, we haven't actually. So they I think right now the Hall of Fame announcements or whatever they've mentioned. I think it's cool because it's kind of close to our generation or what we grew up on. Eric Bischoff,
Molly
Holly, Kane, and Great Khali. And then there's rumors that Rob Van Dam will be the next one too. So I thought that's a pretty good class right there so far, Especially Eric Bischoff, because I feel like really without Eric Bischoff, I don't think there would have been no Monday Night Wars.
Yeah,
that really was a huge catalyst for Monday Night Wars.
I wonder when Paul Heyman's gonna get in.
I'm pretty sure eventually he'll get in too. He's another one he needs him, and really without him too, he's a huge catalyst of the Attitude Era. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but no, I think it's Kane's another one too. I thought his character during the Monday Night Wars was really awesome, and all him when he had the whole Jason gimmick kind of going on, and all that stuff. Him and Taker and all that stuff was really awesome, cool stuff in back in the '90s and all that stuff. So, and I thought that's kind of cool. Like I don't know about Great Khali though. I don't know if him being.
Yeah, you already know how I feel about that. He's trash.
I don't even think he ever had a good match in his life.
Nope.
It's just more of an attraction than anything. He's just a 7-foot tall guy. So, but no, it's kind of cool though, like seeing Eric Bischoff being in there because I feel like he never was a WE guy, but I feel like I said, without Eric Bischoff, I ain't even think there's no Monday Night Wars. Who's to say how big wrestling would have been in the '90s without that happening? Because you wouldn't have no NWO. You might not have Hogan in WCW or Savage or any of those other guys, Kevin Nash or Scott Hall. So you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have, I don't even know if they would have pushed Steve Austin. They might have pushed Steve Austin because I think Steve Austin, no matter what, it's hard to stop him. I think he would have been started regardless of what happened. Mm-hmm. And maybe The Rock might have been a star.
But you don't know if he would have been Stone Cold. You don't know if they would have had that same attitude.
You don't know if they would have pushed him. I don't know if Vince.
Well,
I think
pushed them the same way. You don't know if they would have had the same storyline play out.
It would have changed everything though, because the only reason that Vince did what he did at that time was because he was competing with WCW on Monday nights and the ratings. And I felt like everything that happened really forced Vince's hand to change up what he usually went with. So I always feel like that was such an interesting time for wrestling because, like, with all these things that was going on at that time, like I said, who to say like what would have happened? It really honestly set the stage for having a huge wrestling boom in the late '90s. And look at a guy like The Rock, what he did to him, what Stardom did to him. Now he's a huge movie star because of it.
Yeah.
So like I said, though, I think Eric Bischoff is a huge, important part of wrestling history because I feel like he started the Monday Night War by putting Nitro in. He started by getting Hogan and Savage and Hall and Nash into WCW and started the NWO. That was his idea, and it literally transcended to everything else that happened throughout that. So yeah, it's cool stuff. Him getting acknowledged, and I think it's definitely well deserved.
Indeed. Speaking of The Rock, got his energy drink right here.
How is it?
It's very good.
The Rock, man. You know,
have you watched the Young Rock at all?
Not yet. I was going to wait till the season's over.
so let me
It's on
ask you
Peacock,
something.
right?
Huh?
It's on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Here's my question: when the hell is The Rock going to get in the Hall of Fame? Because I mean, he's going to get in the Hall of Fame. I just feel it's going to be.
I think they wait till they're like officially retired, almost. Like I feel like Vince does that, so like they can't like jump ship and go to another, like and go wrestle somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Taker. Like
Yeah.
I feel like
They wait till like they're like officially retired.
Like,
he ain't
going to wrestle anywhere. Let me go ahead and just put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I think The Rock and Triple H are going to wrestle one more time before they hang it up. Or Roman. I think he might wrestle Roman next year.
And then you got Cena and Orton and Batista eventually. Well, Batista's supposed to get in, but I guess they're going to push it back for another time.
He actually took himself out because he said he wants to have fans there. So,
and you know the major thing too, like Vince McMahon is still not in the Hall of Fame, and I don't know if he's ever going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Vince won't put himself in the Hall of Fame after he dies. Like Triple H and Stephanie and Shane will put him in the Hall of Fame, but he won't put himself in.
No.
Which is a shame though, because I think he should. I mean, I know he won, but
he's full of himself, but he ain't that full of himself.
Exactly. I almost have to say Triple H is the same way though, because like Triple H could have been put in for years now.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's a family business, and
yeah,
you can't
exactly.
do it. But I mean,
technically, Triple H is in though with DX, so technically he is in. But
that is true. But I mean, I always feel like, I mean, really, I understand why he's not in it, but like, you really don't have wrestling without Vince McMahon. You really don't have like anything that's happened in the last, like, you know, this whole world, worldwide phenomenon of wrestling, where people like literally come all over the world to watch WrestleMania without Vince McMahon. Hey man, I don't even like the guy sometimes, but I can't even say that, dude.
The Immortals.
It's just funny though, because I mean, part of me still feels like I understand, like he's an egomaniac, and I understand why he doesn't put himself in the Hall of Fame. But at the same time, I kind of want to see him in the Hall of Fame too, because it's like, and him being alive to be presented in the Hall of Fame. Because
what's sad. Pete, is I feel like the person. What's sad is I feel like the person that would have put him in was Pat Patterson, and now he's passed. So.
Well, that's kind of what I'm looking at too. And I'm looking at it in the sense like, hey, everybody's getting older. You don't know when they can go.
Because you know what's funny is like Pat Patterson was like his right hand man, so that would have been the guy to introduce them into it, because they went way back, and unfortunately Pat Patterson, I think last year he died or the year before. So,
well, I'm pretty sure like Triple H or Shane or Stephanie will put him in.
Yeah, I feel like it's not the same though. I feel like Pat Patterson would have been better
because of the longevity between them. Like, being in the
honestly, Taker would be a good one to put him in.
Well, I feel like Taker's gonna put Kane in.
Oh, of course he would. Yeah, that's why Taker retired and took off everything, because he's like, I got to put Kane in, so I might as well break character now.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely right. And yeah, you got to. Yeah, he's already.
It's almost like they waited for him to break character to put Kane in. That's so funny.
But no, I'm just saying though, it's cool to have this. I mean, it's Hall of Fame is not really the best. Like WWE Hall of Fame is more like they'll put whoever it is. But it's cool like they acknowledge these guys and be like, hey,
Yeah.
these guys, because I think it's like I said, it's a part of wrestling history. So
Yeah.
All right.
But anyways,
what do you want? What do you guys want to talk about? What we've been watching? What we've been playing? Do we have any other
I don't
news?
know, man.
Oh, I just saw the gif of like QB1 Chicago Bears, QB1 and is Andy Dalton, and then someone posted a gif like, "Ooh, baby, what are you doing?"
Dude, you know what's sad, dude? You know what's sad about the Bears, man? We had to look this up, me and Ann, and say the best quarterback of the Bears history is Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler is the best quarterback in
Sorry, dude, I don't mean to laugh, but that's just I was laughing before. That shit's just
he's really the best quarterback in Bears
seriously though.
history.
Seriously, I'm laughing, but guys, that's not even funny. That's just sad. That's just sad.
Yeah.
When your best quarterback.
Well, I'll say this. Tom Brady is the first quarterback to actually re-sign with the Bucks.
But I gotta admit, prior to Tom Brady, your best quarterback of all time was Steve Young, who I don't even think maybe never even played a snap for you guys before you traded him. But Vinny Testaverde was a good quarterback, just had a shitty team around him.
Yeah.
Other than that, maybe Jeff Garcia would have been number 2.
I'll say Sean King because he actually did things.
Yeah, but he had better defense than Garcia had.
True.
So
True.
I mean, now we could just throw all that crap out the window because your best quarterback all time is Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Thomas
Edward Patrick Brady. Yes.
With a name like that, he sounds like he should be Batman.
Also, Junior at the end of that. By the way.
I can actually see him as Batman. He has like the facial features.
Do not besmirch Batman, man. You're besmirching Batman right now. That's not cool, dude.
Chris doesn't think I'm besmirching Batman.
No. Yeah, you're besmirching him, man.
Do
not besmirch Batman. It's Bruce fucking Wayne. There's no other Batman.
Just look at his chin.
Thomas Brady, Bruce Wayne, kind of close.
No, not at all, man.
They have the same money, probably.
Stop right now. Stop.
Between the wires,
you got the.
That guy's one of my favorite superheroes, man.
You got the TB12 diet. Bruce Wayne probably does the BW diet. You know.
Change subjects. Shut up. Change subjects. I'm done with that
Wow,
conversation.
he's angry. This man's angry.
Yes.
So, do you guys have any more news?
Yeah, I got one.
Let's go.
There you go. There's one.
Saw sequel?
Spiral.
Oh, okay. That's a sequel. Okay. I thought it was like a reboot.
I don't think it's a reboot. I think it's an actual sequel, just naming it different than anything else.
When did it move up? Wait, so it moves up. So it moved back and then moved back up?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What is it now?
I'm double checking that to make sure it is. It only moved up a week, but on Tuesday, Disney. Oh no, hold on. Is now set to debut in May 14th. So
that's right around the corner.
And it was May 21st, so not that much, but at least now it's coming out May 14th. That's with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. The movie is called Spiral. Be on the lookout for that coming soon. Also, as well, we got this little gem coming out in May.
Nice, very nice.
Nice.
I think we should
for HBO Max.
I think we should do a review at some point.
We should.
That's just my opinion. Because Pete, I don't think you've seen it yet, have you?
No, that's one of the movies I've been wanting to see. I know you have in your Voodoo account and all that, but I don't know why, man. I haven't seen it yet and all that. So that's another movie I gotta go watch.
Okay.
So, but that's good, dude. That's good for HBO Max. So they're gonna actually have it. They actually own Tenet.
Yeah.
Right?
May 1st. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
It'll be on HBO Max.
Very good, man. I kind of like these streaming wars because it goes to show like which one is superior right now. It's kind of hard to say though because
it's HBO Max right now.
I would say so. I mean, they have the.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
Look at that. There's that.
I don't. I don't think there's enough weekly content on there that I'm watching.
What weekly content are you watching on Disney Plus without Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I'll be starting to watch the Mighty Ducks come this Friday.
This Friday. Before that, where were you watching? Besides
WandaVision.
Besides WandaVision.
No, but that's still one more piece of content than I've been watching on HBO.
What movie has like wowed you on Disney Plus that they come out with?
Has wowed me? I really liked Soul. I thought Soul was very good.
That wasn't a theatrical release.
That wasn't a theatrical release. That was straight to Disney Plus. Hey, you didn't say supposed to. That was not. It was not a
supposed to.
But all these movies you're talking about on HBO Max were theatritrical releases. Other than
Zack Snyder's Justice League was not. Continue.
Okay, so that's one movie.
That's all I need. Is just one movie.
Come on, man. They're not putting in
trash. Mulan.
Yeah,
not that great.
Artemis Fowl still better than Tom and Jerry.
I don't even know how you can agree with that. I don't even know where I agree with that. I don't even know if I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can see Judi Dench in like the makeup and whatnot she was in. I don't know if I could do that.
Judi Dench was in that movie.
Yeah, Judi Dench was in that movie.
But anyways,
what she did to herself.
I would say that competition is always a good thing. I feel that Xbox and PlayStation right now, definitely their fans are benefiting right now because of the competition.
Competition is always great.
Both sides are benefiting. I would say the streaming wars, all sides, no matter who you're streaming with right now, you're benefiting because you're getting more content from more of these places. Unfortunately, now there's like freaking 30 different streaming networks. You got Peacock, you got Paramount, you got Discovery Plus, you have Netflix.
So let me ask you something, guys. Do you think in a few years it's gonna trickle down to only like maybe the big three or some big four?
No, I think because they're all making their own exclusive original content that doesn't have to be licensed, that they're always just going to be there and they'll just make money.
There's no way people are going to purchase all these streaming channels unless maybe cable is done.
But look how Comcast is doing with Peacock. So like any Comcast subscriber, you get like the basic Peacock. If you want commercial free, it's just $5 more. So like look at that. So like they're squeezing $5 out of people that don't want commercials. So
there's somebody made a deal with us. What was it? I think it was Amazon Prime. Like they're gonna have I forgot what sport. Was it NFL game?
Well, yeah, they've always had that.
But it's free. You don't have to be a subscriber. You can like you don't have to actually subscribe to Amazon. Like you can go on there and watch it. Just like when they were doing Twitter or whatever, like or Yahoo, they were doing games on. They're also going to have games on Peacock as well. So, dude, Peacock's making moves, man. They got WWE. They got. Speaking of which, that's some bullshit. They're editing content already. That's why WWE should not have done that because they had done that deal. That's the only negative about that deal so far is they're editing content, and that's bullshit.
Yeah, I saw that.
They should not touch their content. Put disclaimers or whatever you want on them. Do not edit it, dude. What are they gonna do? Take all the Chris Benoit matches off of them? Oh, sorry, said his name. Cannot say cannot say that name.
He's like Voldemort. Cannot say that name.
You can't. You have to say Chris Jericho singles match.
Yeah, it's funny though. So every match that Chris Benoit is, it says like whoever heels face is like, oh, this is Chris Jericho in action, or Chris
that's what it says.
in action.
Yeah, if it was Chris Jericho versus Chris Benoit, it just says Chris Jericho in singles action.
What the hell?
Yeah, they literally wiped the dude's name off of everything. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, whatever. It is what it is.
It's been what, almost 13, 14 years since that happened, right?
I mean, it's still terrible, but
no matter what, it's terrible what happens. It's a terrible tragedy. He shouldn't be celebrated because of like what he did. At the same time, you can't ignore the fact that he was great whatever he did. I mean, you can't ignore the fact that he had great matches. I mean, I think separating him from the crimes he did compared to wrestling, that's the only thing people need to understand. You got to separate that, A lot of athletes have done, like Ty Cobb was a horrible human being, but for some reason he's still in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So, I don't know. I sometimes, like I say, you don't have to like whatever, celebrate these guys, but at the same time, you gotta recognize them. Hey, man, you can't ignore the fact that he had these matches and all. You can't ignore like the main event in WrestleMania, 20? That was the Chris Benoit and Shawn Michaels and Triple H. So, yeah, dude, but it's whatever. I'm with you though, and I don't like censoring stuff. I think censorship should not happen. I think people should be disclaimers in case people do get offended or do get whatever from certain things. Be like, hey, look, this happening, whatever. But at the same time, you should just show the product for what it is. Like people don't like it, then don't watch it. If people do, whatever. But at least there's, it should be like. But at the same time, censorship is bad. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you guys have any more news before we go into what we've been watching?
Well, before I just want to mention one thing. I want to give because we didn't do the show last week, and we had 2 people that passed away last week. I don't know if there's any other people, but I want to say rest in peace to Marvelous Marvin Hagler, one of the best middleweights of the '80s. If you ever watch his fights with Sugar Ray Leonard or Thomas the Hitman Hearns, they're classics. So definitely rest in peace to Marvelous Marvin Hagler, and rest in peace to man, I hope I get his name right. Yaphet Kotto, I believe. He was in Aliens. He was in the villain of James Bond: Live and Let Die and Midnight Run. He was a great actor too, man. Really good at his roles and all that stuff. So rest in peace to those both gentlemen. I don't know if anybody else passed away besides that, but I just want to give a shout out to them.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone passed out. Well, George Segal from the Goldberg Star, an Oscar nominee, dies of 87.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. I think he was in Just Shoot Me or whatever. I think TV should Just Shoot Me, I want to say.
With David Spade?
Didn't really know a lot of his work, though. So,
yeah,
I'm not too familiar with that actor.
Also, as well, news-wise, what we got here is boom.
That's good.
I'm just glad to make a sequel to Shazam.
Yeah,
I'm just happy to make a sequel to Shazam. I love Shazam, the first one.
Me too.
That's actually the best DC movie, I thought, in my opinion, really, that they put out. The best DCU movie. Of course, the best DC movie goes to The Dark Knight, but
Hespera.
That's that.
She's going to play Hespera, a villainous daughter of the god Atlas in the movie. She's been cast.
So, sounds pretty cool. I'm surprised though, like because they teased. Remember in the last one, they teased that Mindworm was going to be a villain. So I'm not sure if he's still going to be a villain in the new Shazam movie. But I don't know. In the end credits scene, the last one, they teased that character. So
yeah.
But no, I'm all for Shazam, dude. Shazam, if it's the same director, same writer of the first movie, I'm all for that because I thought Shazam was excellent.
Yeah,
it's actually like
agree.
Yeah, man. It's like definitely like I think the best DC movie, the best DCEU movie they put out. After that, I mean, I don't know. You can pick. I wouldn't consider Joker the DCEU, so I wouldn't. That's kind of separate from them, I think. So I wouldn't consider that the same movie because Joker is definitely an amazing movie. But then after that, I would say maybe Wonder Woman and maybe Zack Snyder's cut, and then maybe Wonder Woman after that. So, but yeah, definitely excited for Shazam. Oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Ace Ventura 3 in development from Sonic the Hedgehog writers. I believe this is another coming to America situation.
That we don't need it?
We don't need it.
Well, at least the writers from Sonic knew how to get Jim Carrey to be funny. So
this is true.
We have that going for it, but I mean, it can't be as bad as Ace Ventura 2, right?
No, hopefully
I
not.
actually like Ace Ventura 2. I thought that's hilarious. Really? You don't think that Ace Ventura 2 is funny, man?
I felt like Ace Ventura 2 was coming to America too.
No, dude. Have you seen Ace Ventura 2? When's the last time you seen Ace Ventura 2?
I don't know. Dude, it's been years, man.
Dude, you know what's
I'll watch it again, Pete.
Hey, bro, you know what's hilarious with the movie, and you'll agree with this, Ant? Me, Myself, and Irene.
Oh my god, that movie is freaking hilarious.
Dude.
Rise of Retirement Home.
What's that have to do with animals? That's not a good title. But
It's gonna be about vegans.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, if Jim Carrey's a pretty funny guy. If he could be an old Jim Carrey and still be funny, I think there's a certain time, I think everybody loses their luster when it comes to comedy. You know, sometimes people are really funny at first and then are not as funny as like they used to be. Like Adam Sandler. But
no, he's funny. He can be funny.
Yeah,
I like some of his more recent stuff.
His movies are trash, though. Let's be honest.
Some are absolute trash, but he has a better track record than Jim Carrey, I would say.
Yeah. Jim Carrey really hasn't done it. What's the last Jim Carrey movie he's done? Like, besides Sonic the Hedgehog, can you name another Jim Carrey movie he's done?
1408 or whatever.
Yeah, 1408. That was
Jackson and John
that movie, dude.
Number 23.
That's what it was. Number 23. I knew it was some number.
Dude, that was like 18 years ago, bro.
No.
I swear to God, I was like at least 14, 15 years ago.
Bruce Almighty.
That was like 20 years ago.
Bruce Almighty was not 20 years ago.
Yeah, I swear, 20 years ago.
I hope that's not 20 years ago.
I think he's right, Chris.
Oh, God.
How is Jim Carrey 6'2"?
62?
No, 6'2". Like,
you didn't know he was tall? He's tall.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's tall, lanky guy.
He's not like Kiefer Sutherland, who's like 5'5".
Or what's his name? Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, who's also probably like 5'5". I'll give him 5'4". A good 5'4".
And Shauna's trying to make a argument about her the title she chose. All right, fine, Shauna. I'll give you that title. I'll give it to you. You got it.
Guide Dogs.
Guide Dogs. There you go.
He was in Dark Crimes.
Never seen it.
He was in Dumb and Dumber 2.
Okay, that was shitty.
He was in Kick-Ass 2.
Good movie.
That was not good.
He was in The Incredible Burt Wonderstone.
He's kind of funny in that, actually.
He was in Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Yeah, that was cute.
I don't know.
That was Christmas Carol. I Love You, Philip Morris. Yes, Man.
Good movie.
Horton Hears a Who. Fun with Dick and Jane. Lemmy Snicket.
Good movie.
Eternal Sunshine of Spotless Mind. Bruce Almighty, which is 18 years old.
I was close. I was close.
Now, Me, Myself, and Irene, Pete, 21 years old.
Yeah, that's 21. I know.
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, was 95. It's 26 years old, Pete.
Yep. Feel old now?
Unneeded.
Feel old?
It's coming to America, too. All over again.
It's Dumb and Dumber 2 all over again.
Yeah. Unneeded.
But, hey, guys, we did talk about this before. There's some sequels that actually have been, like, literally took years for them to make and actually were pretty good. I mean,
like what?
Cobra Kai.
What was it? We mentioned it.
Yeah, but that wasn't a sequel, though.
Which one?
Cobra Kai.
Which movie?
It's a sequel series.
It's a series. There's a difference.
You're talking about movies?
Movies.
Okay, so not series, because I was about to say Mighty Ducks looks good too. But that's a series as well. So a sequel movie that takes place years later. How about Shaft?
Terrible.
Yeah, I heard that was not good at all.
That was terrible.
That was not good at all.
Fucking terrible.
I know it was, because that's what Chris mentioned it last week. I was just being a dick.
Indiana Jones Crystal Skull was not good, so that's definitely out.
The Star Wars
I heard Blade Runner 2 was good. Blade Runner 2 was good.
2049.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty good. That was a sequel. Let me see what else. I know there's other movies. I'm trying to think though. There was movies that actually like they had a long time and they actually were pretty good.
Bad Boys 3.
Yeah, that's the one we're talking about. That's the one we were talking about. It was Bad Boy 3.
Yep,
Okay.
That wasn't good.
I'll give you that one.
That was a good. Bad Boy 3 was really good. Where's another one too? I think. Oh, dude, I heard Bill and Ted actually was pretty good too, man. The new one.
Face the Music.
Yeah, I heard that's actually pretty good.
I didn't see it, but
I didn't see it either. But I heard it's pretty
sequel
good.
Series Cobra Kai is phenomenal.
Well, yeah, but that's a series, not a movie. Man.
I'm just saying, series. It's okay. Phenomenal, and the new Mighty Ducks looks good because you know what I've been watching? I've been watching the Mighty Ducks. Quack
and
quack. No, they're still excellent, dude. I don't care. Two has a little too much like comic relief in the hockey where they're doing stupid crap like the lasso and all that. But we're on 3 now. We haven't finished it yet, but 1 and 2 is still great.
All right. Well, I got nothing else. What do you want to talk about? What have you been watching since you've been watching Mighty Ducks?
Mighty Ducks, still great movies. Cannot wait for the sequel series to come out this Friday. Getting ready for it. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I'll be finishing up that Mighty Ducks series with watching the 3rd one. And then I've also been watching on Paramount Plus. I'm still using my free month trial of it. I've been watching Stephen King's The Stand.
That's pretty good. Let's talk about that, Ant.
Yeah, honestly, it's really good. It's a little bit different from the miniseries they did on TV. Obviously, it's a little longer because it was like just a 4-hour miniseries back in the 90s. But very well, like the cast is really good. I enjoy it. Randall Flagg's played by Alexander Skarsgård, I believe his name is. It has James Marsden in it. It has your guys' favorite actress Amber Heard in it. It also has It has Whoopi Goldberg in it. What's her name's in it? Heather Graham. Did you guys watch Under the Dome?
No.
Okay,
No.
well, it has like one of the characters from not the character, but the actress was in the Under the Dome. She's in it. I'm trying to think if there's any other big actors in it. I think I named everybody.
Oh, you said Bryan Cranston, so like the president.
Oh, he's like the voice of the president. You don't actually see him though. It also has J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, he's in it. So it has a lot of good dude. Even I've seen Stephen King was made a cameo in it too. So yeah. But
okay, so speaking about Stephen King, so we were talking yesterday, and
because I was telling Pete I was watching it. I told him it was worth watching. So I was like, so we were just like saying, okay, well, what author has the most works turned into films? So we both agree. We're like, yeah, it's probably Stephen King, but we didn't realize how many Stephen King had to the next closest person. So I looked at a list, and it was only going by feature films, like films that actually hit the theater. Dude, Stephen King had 34. The next closest person was 11.
I believe it.
That's nuts.
And that's like including his miniseries and all that stuff.
You gotta think of all the movies like the Cujo, like Pet Sematary twice.
Yeah.
It. You got
the new
It 3 times.
Yeah.
So I mean, like all of those add up to like what it is right now, and it's just like, yeah, I believe it's been like 34 times.
Yeah, so it's crazy, but yeah, he's honestly like for like film adaptation authors, he's definitely, I mean, hands down the best.
Well, it's crazy to me though. Like you write so many books like all the time, like almost every year you must write a book or whatever, and he puts these out and they're successful, and And the
cool thing is they're not all like, I mean, yeah, like his forte is like the horror suspense kind of thing, but then he also did like Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. Like those are amazing movies, and those don't have any horror elements like that. It's crazy. It's amazing. Or
Stand By Me. Stand By Me
is another one. We just watched that a little bit ago.
Last year, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so The Stand, back to that, it's actually really well done. It reminds me a little bit of the way they film Walking Dead. So I could see they took like a little influence from there, where they have like the present story, but then it shows like each character's like flashback story. Of like what happened like when the disease hit. In their path up to the point, and then it all like kind of ties together with something from the past of like what's going on now.
Let me ask you something. So people not familiar with the story of The Stand. What's it about?
So it's about there's a virus that plagues the earth, and it basically kills
like a pandemic, huh?
Yeah, but this one actually kills like 99% of the people. So it's like so there's only like a little tiny group of people that are even left in the whole entire world. So whatchamacallit, so basically they all have these visions, like everybody that's like left, that they have like they're like immune to it, and they all have these visions. Like one's like of this character Mother Abigail, and then the other is like of the dark man, they call him, or it's like Randall Flagg. So it's kind of like an angel and a demon kind of like thing. And so she like calls like all the people like the to come to Boulder, Colorado, and like they make a community there. And then the Dark Man like he tries to like get them to he tries to like save them in a way, or like to get like to and he brings them to Las Vegas, Sin City, or he calls New Vegas, which is a little funny because there's an actual Fallout game called New Vegas. But yeah, and like that they're like that's more of like the debauchery, like the devil kind of like work, whereas the other one like they're trying to do the light work, and it's almost like winds up being like an apocalypse, like where it's like good versus evil. But it's like I don't think they'll do a second season of it because it's only meant to be like like the original one, like I was saying in the 90s that they made was just like a 4-hour miniseries. It was like 4 episodes. But this one's 9, and I think they'll end it there. So I'm on episode 6 right now, but it's really well done. They did a good job remaking it. I'm happy with it. And that was one of my favorite Stephen King works. So I never read the book, but I like that miniseries a lot back in the 90s.
Okay. All right.
And have I watched anything else? We talked about Falcon and Winter Soldier. I watched the making of WandaVision that was on there. That was awesome. It was really cool, like watching like the little things they did to make it like more accurate to the time period when they were doing the sitcoms, like actually filming in front of the studio audience, actually using the lighting and the cameras from like those eras, like all that stuff's just like so cool. Just like watch them, and then even watching the I'm sorry, I don't know the names of the musicians that did the theme songs, but it's the same people that wrote all the Frozen songs. Right. But it's so cool because they hid a musical melody in every song. That's the same musical melody in every single song. After they said that, I heard it, but it's cool because it's even in the punk version song. It's in there, the same melody as the other songs, and I'm like, that's so cool how they did that. But yeah, so like if you watch the making of and then you listen to the songs, you'll be like, oh shit, I didn't even like realize they were doing that, but it's really cool. But yeah,
so it makes you want to rewatch WandaVision all over again.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I love when they do like the making of stuff. I know Chris gives them shit for making more content for doing the making of. I personally love when they pull the curtain back and they give us a look on what's going on behind the scenes. To me, like that's always really cool stuff to me.
It's just like, oh, we don't have any content, so let's just do some making behind the scenes of it.
It's just it's just one episode though. It's not like with the first season like they did of like The Mandalorian where they had like 10 episodes of the making of. Yeah.
Well, this is just one episode because you know the Legends episodes are just so spectacular right now.
Yeah,
they're pretty much like just like YouTube like character trailers. All right. So have you watched anything else, Anthony?
No, that's it.
That's it. Pete, what have you watched?
So Falcon Winter Soldier, Justice League. Nothing.
You got 2 weeks worth. I know you watched the Golden Child.
Nothing else. Nothing really else besides that and all that stuff. Unfortunately, I've been working a lot. But I mean, we did watch Golden Child like last week. Yeah. We didn't talk about that, which I thought was pretty different from like most of the Eddie Murphy's movies. But I thought it was pretty good too. Golden Child, definitely weird in a sense, but definitely pretty good though. Definitely like a movie that's kind of like very not one of his more popular movies, but I thought it was pretty good. So that's about it.
All right. Well, let's see. Since I've been gone, okay. Last thing I talked about was Tom and Jerry, how trash that was. So I think I said I watched Man of Steel at some point. I watched Batman v Superman again. I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. I rewatched Godzilla to get ready for Kong versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus Kong next week Friday. And let's see what else I watched.
Did you watch Kong Skull Island again?
Not yet. That was supposed to be tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but Friday. I did watch Raya and the Last Dragon. I really enjoyed that movie. More than I thought it would. I thought it was actually really good. Let's see, trying to think. Oh, I watched Cherry with
Oh,
Tom
how was
Holland.
that?
How was it?
I believe the Russo brothers took a step back.
Yeah, I heard the reviews were not that good on that movie. That's what I heard.
It's usually when you have like a movie like that, like with a character that's like all like kind of like in a way really hurting themselves over and over and over again, whether with their drugs or gambling or something like that. Like usually there is some like usually the actor that they choose for it is more, I guess it has more charisma, like a Mark Wahlberg or even I'll always say an Adam Sandler with what's that movie? Gems, Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, yeah.
Yeah, like an actor who's like very likable and they actually try to like you can see they're trying to do better and whatnot. But this movie, it just seemed like Tom Holland was a druggy kid, and he always stayed a drug kid, and never really tried to do any better. And it's just like,
yeah,
it's like you see him, you like.
Well,
you're a kid. I want you to do better for yourself, but you don't even want to do better for yourself. You're out here like doing drugs. You're out here like having your girlfriend hooked on drugs, and then you're out here robbing banks at the same time. It's like you don't even want to do. You don't even want to better yourself. Like, why am I even like? Feels weird. Am I supposed to have motivation for you to like keep going, or should I want you to be better? But you never try to be better.
Yeah, what do you mean?
What?
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think Pete went away.
Oh, okay. Pete, you're lagged out. I don't know where you're at. But it just seemed like it was that kind of movie, and I was like, I couldn't really get behind it. But
was that Apple exclusive?
Yes. What else I watched? I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, after seeing Godzilla again and knowing what's coming up next, I'm not mad about it. I enjoyed it for what it was. So, it's just me. What do we want to review for next week, though?
We've already done the Godzillas, so there's no point in doing that. You want to do the Mortal Kombat movies?
We could.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat 1 and
Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Oh boy.
That movie, yeah.
Oh, that'll be like a perfect lead into the new Mortal Kombat, though. I think that's why April 16th.
April 16th, yeah.
And no, that'll be next. That'll be the following week. We'll do Godzilla and Kong, because that's the 31st, right?
Next week, Friday.
Friday. So, the 2nd, April 2nd, it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, so that'll be our.
Wait, actually, hold on.
No, I thought it came out 31st.
I think it comes out the 31st on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Why's that?
I want to see that movie so bad. I may actually be like, do I really need to do the show? But yeah,
see, watch in the morning.
Oh yeah, Wednesday, March 31st.
Yeah, just watch in the morning. Wake up early. No, Alexander Skarsgård's in it. There you go, man. They're from The Stand. Top billing.
You know what is going to happen? They're going to do something stupid. How they have been releasing their movies. They're going to release it like, releasing it at noon.
And then it's going to crash.
Eastern Standard Time. I know, it'll be fine working. But like, I work during that time. I'm like, son of a bitch.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. I'll probably see it that Thursday night or something. But what have you been playing, sir, since Pita is lagged out?
I've been playing Still playing the second Batman Telltale series, the Enemy Within, I believe it's called.
Yep.
Very good. Starts out with a bang.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I'm going out with that one. I'm not gonna go any further, but then it almost turns into almost like its own like little Sinister Six thing where there's like a mega group of villains that you're having to go up against.
Yep.
I'm on chapter 2 right now. I gotta say though, like every character I like, I don't know if I like the Joker yet. He's still like he's not growing on me. He's like, I don't know if he's faking it or if he's just not full Joker yet.
He's not full Joker yet.
Okay. Will I like him by the end?
That depends on how you play.
Oh, okay.
That will determine on how you play, because he'll either turn out to be your friend, or he'll actually turn out to be the Joker.
Okay, it's pretty interesting because he's definitely like second fiddle to most of the other villains.
Yeah,
and it's kind of weird the way they did the story, but all the other characters are like done well. Like Bane's done awesome.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn's done awesome. Mr. Freeze. I'm not gonna really go into the story because if you haven't played it yet, I don't want to really ruin it for you. But it's well done. I would say. I think it's my favorite Telltale series is the Batman ones.
Yeah.
That I've played for sure. Let me see what else I've been playing.
Hey, sorry guys, my internet.
There he is.
Screwing up.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I've just been doing like the little quests here and there, and I haven't really gotten into I haven't really gotten into any other game. Like.
Okay.
I've been playing that. Like I just started Rise, Son of Rome tonight, just because I wanted to get the 50 points for the quest. And yeah, of course, I gotta get my free points, man. I will be playing It Takes Two this weekend, though. I actually pre-ordered that, so I will be playing that on the 26th when it releases. I'm probably gonna go back and finish Dragon Quest because I don't really want to start any other games. Right now, I kind of want to beat the games I already started, so
gotcha.
That's probably what I'll go do. But what have you been playing, Chris?
I jumped into the PS5 version of Marvel's Avengers, which is actually it's literally like the PS4 version. It's just faster load times. So
is it? Have they made the game better yet with all, like the 8,000 patches?
I mean, it's a fun game. I'll say that it's a fun game, and I didn't realize that actually it added story missions to Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. So I'm like, holy crap! I have to actually go through these missions, and the missions there are a lot of missions between both stories. So like, I have to go through each and every single one. I'm throwing this out there. It's kind of weird seeing Chris as Team PlayStation and as Team Xbox. A little Twilight thing going on. How's the Twilight thing going on?
I guess it teams. You used to have that team whatever Robbie and team whatever the other guy.
Like team Jacob and team
Edward.
Yeah, and that's I don't even have any Xbox stuff on.
No, but that's what you meant. She means like how you either on team this or team that from Twilight. So
no,
I got that reference.
We're team video games. Pete, you're team Nintendo. Pete, get out of here.
I am team Nintendo,
and you're team AEW. Pete.
I am
the
team
hell out
AEW.
Of here.
I am actually wear team AEW t-shirt. So
did the proceeds for that shirt go to his family?
They should have.
Awesome.
They should have. That's really cool. That's why I did it. That's actually why I did it. I bought.
No, that's really cool. I actually really appreciate that.
I agree. It's awesome and all that. So there is family taken care of. Hey guys, I don't mean to say this. My battery is running low on my laptop, so I'm going to tell you what I played. I'm playing Batman's Arkham Asylum. Starting that game. No, I have never played that game. It's really fun so far. Really cool. And I've been playing Mortal Kombat 11. I'm almost at the storyline, the boss. I'm fighting Chronica, I believe it is, and she's whooping my ass. So I can't finish that until I beat Chronica. And that's all I've been playing. Sorry, because my battery's dying on me. I might actually not, be out. Actually, I'm okay.
You're good. So pretty much. I remember barely playing too much. I jumped into, like I said, Marvel's Avengers, and I've actually started Little Nightmares, the first one, and that one's creepy as hell.
Oh, dude, I need to try that. Like I've heard good things about that.
It's good, but it's just
creepy.
Yeah, Mr. Ryan Shiflett told me that game's definitely worth playing. So
Yeah, definitely for sure.
I'll have to give that a shot.
It was on sale for $5. I was like, yeah, well, sure, why not? But
definitely for $5, that's a good deal.
Yeah, but that's literally it. Pete, your homework this week will be the first Mortal Kombat, sir.
Mortal Kombat! Great stuff, man.
Yes, indeed.
Test your might.
Test your might.
But we'll go ahead and end it here.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining in. Sorry we have not been here for a little bit, but we're all here right now. I'm your host, the King Black Cherry.
E-Tap.
The real Ant-Man.
Catch you guys next week. Have a good
Peace out,
week.
guys.